This is Dr. Elizabeth Sanchez Arisu from Psychology for Geeks, and today I just want to talk about cozy games. And this video is basically just a tryout to see what it would be like for me to like play games and also talk through them for Twitch, because I'm trying to like find the setup to be able to do that. And then so the game that I'm playing today, it's called Merge Dragons, and it's one of my absolute favorites. Okay, you guys have to forgive the tiny screen. I don't know what happened. I think when I was recording, because okay, this game is a phone game, so when I was recording it on my phone, I was not recording it properly or something, and it's tiny. It's not going to be tiny forever, okay? So please sort of like forget about that. Anyway, I just want to talk about cozy games and how I think I've talked before about how I just never really consider myself a gamer, because the games that I primarily play are, I guess, what can be termed as cozy games, not gamers. Well, I guess I could be a cozy gamer because it is really sort of like the last thing that I do, sort of like at night when I'm really tired and I want to turn off my brain. My brother really enjoys a lot of games that are sort of like very active and you have to do things. Okay, so here, you kind of have to forgive me again. Like, my dog needed to go outside. See, okay, you got bigger. See, it's better. Anyway, okay, so my brother enjoys games that are more sort of action oriented, I would say, and I do not. I enjoy games that are like dumb simple, like this is exactly what I need. So I think this is, I don't know if it's like the tutorial. I think it's a tutorial. No, it's not tutorial. So this game does this thing where it has like several different things that you can do. So one of them is like sort of like these other levels that give you like resources and like extra free things if you complete them successfully. So then and then you have like this sort of island, like floating island of dragons that you have to sort of like clean up in a way. But anyway, I really like sort of games like this where I can just do the same thing over and over again and I can turn off my brain. And what I really enjoy doing, it's basically I have something on the background where it's like a podcast, or I'm watching a VTuber or like a YouTuber, like just something on like that's playing sort of like on my TV, and then I play these games, and that helps me sort of like relax a little bit. And I don't think before maybe this year I really heard the term cozy games before, because okay, my idea of what a gamer is essentially someone who is, I guess, like the stereotypical like gamer that you would think of, like someone who has like, you know, this really cool setup and an amazing sort of like processing computer system thingy, and they play all kinds of really cool games. And actually I didn't really learn to appreciate video games until basically this year, because I do therapy, and sometimes and because I do merge geek culture in my and mental health in my therapy sessions, especially when I'm working with kiddos. I do play games sometimes with them, but I'm not very good at it. And then so I was like, okay, I got a Switch, my very own Switch, and I was like, hey, I think it would be a great idea if I learn how to play video games. So then I got the Switch and I started playing oh no, what's the name of the game? Animal Crossing. There you go. That's the one. And then so again, Animal Crossing is pretty much like this game, right? So I absolutely loved it, but I totally cheated because my brother and sister were already playing it, so they gave me like a bunch of like gold and like extra stuff, so I leveled up really fast. So I was not concerned about how much money I owed the raccoon guy dude. So yeah, like, you know, I played for a while and I loved it, but you know, ADHD brain, I just sort of like stopped playing. So yeah, and then I went back to my phone games, because they're like, again, I guess my phone is easily accessible, and I think that's one of the things that I like, where like it's easily accessible and I can play it anywhere. and for like any period of time, because one of the things that I kind of like struggle to understand is why did people like to play games that would take like a long time. Because again, like the reason why I played games is because I wanted to relax a little bit like before my bedtime, or because I was a little bit bored. Again, thank you, ADHD brain. And so having a game that I had to do like a bunch of like things and quests and like side thingies and learn how to like level up, not really my cup of tea. I am starting to really appreciate them now because I've seen so many streamers like play, and like my favorite like sort of like, what is it, Kamioshi VTubers, like they play like certain games that I'm like, oh, I would love to like play that game. And so anyway, I understand now. So yeah, I mean, the whole point of this video is for me to talk about like there's a lot of different sort of like types of games, video games that we can all enjoy, and that's good. I think that's great for everyone because then we are all gamers in a way. And okay, any sort of game that you help, whether it's something like cozy like this where you just do the same thing over and over again, which is my favorite kind. It's something that will help or be beneficial for my mental health, right? Because it allows me to sort of like stop thinking, especially when I'm very anxious, and that's when I start noticing like how tense like how how long I've been clenching my jaw and how tense my shoulders are. So then I take a lot of deep breaths, and again, I don't have to use my brain because I have to use it all the time for work and for my nonprofit and for fun. Like a lot of my hobbies are sort of like the thinking things. So yeah, it's it's a lot, you guys. So but if you enjoy games that are like more complex and you have to think through them and stuff, that's great. That also helps you sort of like forget about how hard the day has been or the week, and it helps you bond with other people and connect to sort of like a community and stuff. And it's fantastic. And I'm like, okay, listen, I don't even play most of the games that I watch YouTubers play, but now I'm super mega interested in learning how to play it. At least most of them. I would like to start with Minecraft because it's very, I guess, in my brain, it's sort of like a level up from Animal Crossing. And, I can do Animal Crossing. It's just the one thing that kind of put me off from playing Minecraft before is that visually, it's because it's kind of like the weird sort of like colors that are like, there's a lot of colors. It's visually very difficult for me to process what's happening. um and so yeah, anyway, I play some Lego games. Those are great. I do plan on playing more games in the future, especially on Twitch. I really do want to do that, but again, I think for now I just I want to play these games and show you guys like sort of like the cozy games that I enjoy playing. And yeah, I did not write a script for this, and I don't know how long that video is. I'm like watching it right now. And I'm like, I don't know how long I have until the end of the video. And so yeah, anyway, that's the thing. But yeah, I mean, I would love to learn more about games. So if you guys know about like sort of any games that you enjoy playing that are sort of like very cozy like this and don't have like a bunch of whatchamacallits, like like commercials, because sometimes I download phone games that are like super fun. I like, there was one with like cats like making soup or something like that, or like doing restaurants, and that one was also like very simple and easy to do. But like every 2 seconds I had to like watch a commercial for it, and I'm like, bro, no, I don't want to, do this. And then so I found a couple of games that are not like this. So this game, actually, there is the option of you watching commercials, but you get sort of like a reward for it. So it's either not kind of like extra life, like over here, if you look sort of like in the corner, you see sort of like this like cup with the number 9. That's why you were able to, like, those are the sort of like the points or things that you're able to use for, like, if you want to do the levels. This is the island already, so if you want to do the levels to get like extra prizes and stuff for your island, you have to use those points. And then so if you want to get extra ones, then you can watch a commercial. And then like right here where there's like sort of like the dragon sleeping right there, you can see sort of like a a little like icon for like, playing a video. And again, if you watch that video, then your dragon that's sleeping will like wake up. And then so, there's the option, but I don't have to do it. And that's sort of like what I like best. See, these are the levels that I was talking about sort of earlier, and you get extra goodies. But yeah, pretty much I think this is the end. No, it's not the end. Sorry. Yeah, so yeah, if you know of any games that I can play that are kind of like this, please let me know. Because sometimes I get bored of this one. This game, actually, I started playing about 4 years ago, and I got relatively far. It kind of gets complex, like well, okay, not super complex. You're able to do a lot of like different things, because sometimes when you have when you accumulate in your island like enough dragons, then you're able to have the dragons do tasks, so you can earn money or like earn whatever it is to be able to sort of like continue leveling up and getting more dragons. But the problem is that a lot of the times, looks, the more dragons that you buy, the more expensive the eggs get. So you have to like consistently sort of like level up your storage and all that stuff. So again, it's not super complicated or anything, but it's just time consuming and something you have to do over and over again, which is, again, I don't really mind. That's what I'm here for, essentially. And I've been saying and that's really annoying. I am so sorry. I'm annoying myself. No, I'm doing it again, even though I'm like annoying. Okay, hold on. Okay, so yeah, it's not very difficult a game to do, but eventually once you get to like specific like levels and you open up most of your island, then you're able to do sort of like side quest. I enjoy a few of them because then you can get a bunch of goodies, and they usually only have those on like special holidays or like over the weekend, and I enjoy doing those. But then they have maybe like 5 or 6 other ones that you can do, and I guess like while you're waiting for like your dragons to wake up, because when your dragons are all asleep, you kind of don't really have much you're able to do in the game. So I guess that's a way for them to sort of like keep us playing this game. But I don't know, I'm like, that's too much. They added a little too much for what I'm here for, essentially. And I'm like, I don't want to have to think about like figuring it out. I think too much throughout the day. That's my problem. I think too much. So I'm here to just do simple click click tap tap, and I can spend hours doing this, you guys. Hours. Because especially like the special events that they have, you get special dragons and like next like a nest of eggs and stuff like that. You get a lot of like really cool sort of like, I guess, prizes for completing the challenge. But the thing is that you have to sort of like sit there and like gain enough, I guess, like those little bubbles that you see. Oh, this one's a challenge, so I might not be able to see those. But you explode them, and then essentially it gives life back to the to the land. Oh, I guess, yeah, you'll see them. But then you have to get so many, because like I think in these earlier levels, like in order to be able to heal the land, which is sort of like the darker areas, you have to like harvest like the little hearts. And usually it's like, oh, 1 through like 10, that's how much like hearts it takes for it to heal. But then you get to the point where it's like 5,000 of those hearts are needed, and then so you have to constantly sort of like harvest and harvest and harvest in order to be able to make one. And then like you need to also get like sort of like level up, because the flowers also level up, and then in that way you can get like a harvest that has a lot more like hearts in there. I have no idea how to explain these games. Anyway, it's really simple and I really enjoy it, and I kind of recommend it for you guys. It's a very sort of fun game that you can download it on your phone. It's free, and you can just pretty much use it wherever you want. And again, it's good for your mental health, right? And it's one of those games where like you don't I mean, other than this like challenges that you kind of do have to complete, like like this one is like a specific like time that you have to do it, but it's only like a few minutes. Like it doesn't take very long, so it's something that you can play throughout the day, or like when you're bored at the mall waiting for people or whatever it may be. Like you can just sort of like take this game and play. And yeah, so essentially video games are good for mental health, you guys, so I highly encourage you guys to play. One of the things I was actually talking to my brother about, I was like, we were watching a video and the lady was like running out of things to say in the video to describe this. It was like a beach thing, and we were like, lady, like just make the video shorter. And then, or like, and my brother was like, oh, you don't have to talk the whole time. And now I'm over here like making this video. This happened like about an hour ago, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna continue saying? I don't know what else to say in order to be able to like continue with this video, because I already recorded this. And then I'm like, I kind of learned my lesson. And I'm like, okay, next time I'm just going to be recording the voiceover as I'm playing. So then it's a lot easier. I don't have to remember or whatever. But yeah, these are meant to be sort of like shorter videos where I just basically geek out about the things that I like. Basically, these tiny, tiny games that are easily accessible for people to play. And this is my training, you guys. This is the way that I'm trying to level up in order to get to a place where I can consistently stream for longer period of times, because I think these videos are mainly going to be like 15-20 minutes, something like that. Again, I kind of forgot exactly how long this video is. Because I did have to pause the video a little bit because my doggo wanted to go outside, and then I was like, I don't know what to do, how do I pause this? And that's kind of like what happened at the beginning, but hopefully it's a little bit better now. And you know what, I think I just recently got a new phone, and it's really cool because it gives me oh wait, never mind, I was like, it gives me access to like really cool like pictures and stuff. And like, I don't know if you can hear him crying, but here's him crying in the background. Anyway, and the way that I was looking at the video, I was like, oh no, it cut off like the top and the bottom, but it did not. It did record the whole screen on my phone, so it's good. Anyway, yeah, got a new phone. Can take better pictures now. The other one was super mega cracked. ADHD, kind of clumsy. I've dropped my phones a bunch of times, so I totally like the screen was smushed. And I don't use my phone very often. I mean, I play games kind of like this, but I have a stylus that I use because sometimes I don't know if like because my fingers are cold or I'm just kind of weird or something, but sometimes my phone has a hard time reading when I'm like touching it. So it, especially when I'm playing games, it's just a lot easier for me to use a stylus. And yeah, so I use a stylus, so like my fingers weren't like suffering very much, given that it was so cracked. But then eventually got to the point where like I couldn't avoid it, and then so like getting a new phone was probably gonna be like the same amount as like fixing the old one that I had. So I was like, okay, it's probably time for me to like level up my phone. But you know what, it actually worked out really well, because in the old phone, I think I just need to change the screen, but for now I'm sort of using it for the non-profit sort of phone, because we didn't have a phone number, and I kind of didn't really want to use my own personal phone for people to like contact me or whatever. So it's worked out. It was a win-win situation all around, so that was great. I am totally rambling now, and I don't know what else to say, and my brother is totally over there being kind of a creep and watching me work and not helping me any. Do I want to eat? Yeah, I want to eat. Anyway, you guys, I thought this video was gonna end like a long time ago, and it's still going. I'm like, how long did I play this game for? Sure. And I like, dude, for reals. Okay, honestly, I could check like how long this game for, like how long this. No, I'm not. You know what? Whatever. I'm gonna. Words are hard. I cannot today. Okay, and I want to record another one later, like just after this. Oh no, I'm moving everything because I recorded this other game that I really liked. I don't want to show you guys, but I want in that one I'm going to talk about something different. Still sort of mental health related, but more about summer. And summer is coming. This I'm recording this in May, and I think this video is supposed to go out like the 29th or something. And I had it for a while, but I kind of kept forgetting to record this. And I'm also busy, you guys. It's really hard to run a nonprofit. Nobody told me that. I thought it was just gonna be tons of fun, and it turns out it's not. So, well, I mean, it is tons of fun, but there's a lot of like things that I just don't have any skill for. I have no understanding for. So it's a lot of me sort of like researching this and that and trying to figure out how things happen and becoming sort of like very quickly an expert in everything. It just sort of reminds me. The other day I was thinking of that. You know that one scene in Avengers when I think it was Agent Hill that asked Tony, is like, oh, when did you become an expert in like whatever science that we're trying to discuss? And then Iron Man is like, last night. And I was like, that's basically me right now with anything that has to do with the nonprofit, and like, setting up a business and whatnot. It's crazy. But yeah, that's basically been my life so far. And the one thing that I again see that's why I enjoy like no brainer games, because the whole time I'm just like learning. And when I'm working, I'm doing therapy, so I have to be like, my brain is constantly again working. So even though I'm not my job is not very physically demanding, it demands a lot from like my brain. And I think lately I just don't have a very balanced life, you guys. Um, I was talking to someone, and then they referred to as like, oh, well, if they were sort of like a D&D character, then they would have been like someone who like sort of like stacked up on like wisdom and intelligence and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, dude, same. Like I have like my constitution or like my con save, or like, wait, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I am so horrible like this. Like, it's a good thing that I'm the one editing this video, because then David will be so upset. David, my brother, will be so upset that I don't know anything about D&D. We talk about it consistently. I just released a panel where we like geeked out. I geeked out with like 5 other mental health professionals about like how to use like TTRPGs in therapy, and I'm here being like, what's a class again? Like I cannot. My brain's not working. I'm so tired. Yeah, anyway, I have no physical strength at all, you guys, so my life is not balanced. It needs to come into balance. So I've been trying to take out my doggo out on walks and stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am basically just like ranting and rambling about like my own life. Do you guys find any of this interesting? Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna talk about video games now. Yeah, video games are good for mental health, but back to talking about my life, you guys. But we do have to have like a balanced life. So if you enjoy playing games, that's great, but also make sure that you're also doing enough physical activity to get your muscles moving and stuff like that. I've done a couple of collabs with a few, I think 2 physical trainers, or like, what is it, fitness trainers, and they've taught me a lot about like being fit and fitness and stuff like that, because I know mental health but I don't really know fitness. So they taught me a lot about that, and it was really cool to learn, and I'm trying to apply it, a lot of those things to my own life, because of course, like, I'm a therapist. I'm always like, oh, you want to be less stressed, you want to help reduce your anxiety symptoms, or like your depressing symptoms, or whatever symptoms. Exercise is great, and and there are fun ways you can do it, blah blah blah. I have this whole spiel that I do, but I'm like, like, a lot of the times I feel like a freaking hypocrite, you guys, because I hate exercise. I don't like exercising. So I'm like, okay, I also have to do this, and like, it's for my own health as well. So I'm trying. And if you guys have like fun ways that you like exercise, please let me know in the comments. I am really trying to find a way here. I think I need to buy new earphones, you guys, so I can listen to like podcasts or like music. I used to do that a lot, and I used to go like Pokemon hunting. I used to go Pokemon hunting. For that. Oh, I think this is the end. No, maybe. Yes, this is the end, you guys. Okay, we made it to the end. Yay! Anyway, point being is that don't forget to, play the kind of games that you enjoy. See, I was watching something else. I was listening to something else at the same time I was recording this. Okay, so I do not lie.